So let's get into some fun real estate zingers because I've heard you say some of the stuff, the most entertaining shit that I've ever heard. For instance, as a real estate listing agent, one of the most common things that we have to deal with is when a seller thinks their property is worth way more than it is, and they're grinding us and all over us about the text and the photos wrong and the ad wasn't right and do that, and you're like, it doesn't matter what I do. There's a pricing issue. Tell me about some of those conversations you have had with pricing and how you've responded to those clients.
Well, it's funny because, one of the things I do is I say, listen, I'd rather have you be mad at me right now than mad at me in 3 months. I'd rather have you not hire me because I was honest than have you fire me because I wasn't. And anybody who tells you that this house is going to sell for X is really just hoping you're going to reduce later. And that's not how I do it. So if you want somebody that's going to get you the most money, protect your best interest, get the house sold, do what they said they'll do, that's me. And I always say to them, one of my favorite questions is, let me ask you right up front, are you hiring the person that gives you the highest price? And they're like, well, not necessarily. I'm like, well, then what are you basing it on?
Right.
And they're like, frozen. And it's like, because you and I both know the answer is, what's the market activity? What are the comps? They love to say, this is my house, that's my house. And that's why I love like Compass's collections, because they'll be talking about some house and I'll be like, actually, that house has nothing to do with yours. Let me show you the ones that do. And then I show them the collection of the 5 houses that are most like theirs and the pluses and minuses. But ultimately what I'll say to them too is, especially after it's been on the market, if it's, they're like, nope, I'm not taking less than X. That's it.
Yeah. My house is, it's got to be worth 10.
I'm like, you're going to hate me for saying this, but congratulations. You're the highest bidder. You get to keep the house.
That's my favorite.
Because that's
true. It's true.
I'm like, until you don't want your house more than anybody else, it will be your house.
Yeah.
You must want it less than at least one person. And what the world is telling us right now, wait, do you think you hired the wrong agent? Do you think I'm not getting the job done? No, you've been great. Oh, okay. So then we have to believe the only thing that's left is the market is telling you this is not what, and I love it in this market too, right? Because they're like, how much will I get for the house? I'm like, more than any time in the history of the world.